Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk to you about Granblue Fantasy ReLink, which is a new action RPG from Cygames based on the popular mobile game Granblue Fantasy. The game is scheduled to release for PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 and Windows. Here is what you need to know in order to decide whether you want to play it or not. A good thing to note directly is that there is no gacha aspects or in-game items that you can buy with real money. The game you will buy will be complete, which is already a good point if you ask me in nowadays gaming world. Okay, so first of all, let's start with the lore. Similar to Final Fantasy, Granblue Fantasy has a pretty deep lore. Without spoiling anything, here is what I can tell you about the story. Granblue Fantasy ReLink takes place in the Sky Realm, a world where islands of all shapes and sizes float in the sea of clouds. You play as the captain of a skyfaring crew, Gran, joined by a scrappy little dragon named Worm and a mysterious girl with magical powers named Lyria. Together, you sail with a colorful cast of characters, including kings and misfits alike, for Estalucia, a legendary island beyond the end of the skies. The story can be explored through the main quests and side quests that also reveal the backstories and personalities of each member of your crew. The lore in general is really interesting because the characters all have different personalities and you can choose to main any of them. Next, let's talk about the style. The game has a beautiful art style similar to Genshin, Fate games, Xenoblade, you name it, and is inspired by anime and manga and features stunning graphics and animations. The game also has full voice acting with both English and Japanese options and a captivating soundtrack composed by no other than Nobuo Uematsu, the legendary composer of Final Fantasy. And there is a chance that I said it wrong, but Uematsu, you know who it is, right? Okay. Now, on top of that, the world is semi-open world. You're pretty free in exploring the environment and the exploration feels extremely rewarding. There are plenty of things to interact with, such as chests, items, enemies to fight, you name it. There are also more rare chests, which, when discovered, will start a tiny timed challenge that you need to complete in order to get the chest's rewards. Chests can reward you with money, weapons, or sigils. And just as a side note, sigils are items that you can equip for some boosts. If open world games scare you, and rightfully so, because they can take a lot of time, rest assured that this is still very guided, so you will not have any issue following the main quest, and some areas will be blocked or require you to continue the main quest before you can enter them. So you really are free to explore around and discover all the secrets while also progressing the story as you go along. How about the gameplay? The game features real-time combat with a party of 4, which you can choose from a diverse roster of Skyfarers, each with their own unique weapons, skills, and combat styles. You can equip different weapons, abilities, and sigils for different boosts through your inventory. The game has a dynamic battle system where you can use link attacks and chain bursts to unleash powerful combos and deal massive damage to your enemies. The character you control will have access to 4 different abilities during combat and 1 ultimate ability on top of your different combos that are possible to achieve. The combat in itself is really smooth. There is some sort of floating feeling which can be rather weird at first, especially when you jump, but you get used to it pretty fast and it makes combat really fun. If you like fast-paced combat and having the possibility to chain different combos and attacks, then this is totally the gameplay for you. Since each character has a different playstyle, whoever you choose to put in your party will let you enjoy a totally different gameplay. Some characters are more healers, some wield heavy weapons, some are fast-paced with swords, and if you like magic, you also have powerful mages. And finally, let's talk about online games. I think it's good to know that you can also play online and form a party with up to 3 other players. For now, the parties seem to only be available for side quests or hunts, similar to Monster Hunter. You can matchmake with other players and group up to hunt more dangerous foes. However, please note that online is not open world and you will directly be ported in some sort of arena where you will have to fight. The online option seems rather limited, to be honest, and it's a bit of a down point for the game if you wanted to play with friends all throughout, but that might change in the future, so who knows. It's still fun to be able to get to do some things with friends or other players in general. Now, to end this video, the big question: should you play this game or not? Well, my answer is yes. If you like games like Xenoblade, any of the Fate games, or even Genshin, Final Fantasy, or Monster Hunter, then you will have a good time playing Granblue Fantasy ReLink. The open world has good mid-range, where it's not too big, but not too empty, and yet big enough for you to have fun exploring a little bit here and there. The combat is fast-paced and smooth. There is some meh points, such as the online being quite limited and the lack of specific gear to wear, but other than that, it's really an amazing game. The story is interesting, and according to the developers, it should be around 20 to 30 hours for the story if you don't do any other side quests or big exploration. And then on top of that, you can access more endgame content and explore and do even more side quests later on. The game is rather expensive, however, for $59.99 on PlayStation 5, but I think it's worth it because it's complete and it does not contain any additional items to buy. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you do, please leave a like, comment and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. And also let me know in the comments if you already played the demo or the game, or if you plan on buying it or not. I would be interested to know. Have a good day, and I see you next time. Bye!